what's up? Hello guys, my name is Paige. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing the 5 books, so as I need to scoot back. Today I'll be reviewing the 5 books that I read in the month of May. May was a very good, successful reading month, a little crazy, so yes, again, I'm on my phone. You guys probably can't tell, but I can tell personally if it's on my phone versus not on my phone. If you haven't checked out my vlog, I've been having a lot of camera issues. We're trying to figure it out. We're not here to do it. Yes, I look like a hot mess, and you've probably seen this outfit 100 times, and these uncrooked hair bow or pigtails. Anyways, I have a short amount of time to film this video, but I'm going to get into detail for the past 5 books that I read and the current books that I am reading and will be reading in the month of June. So we're here to talk about our May books. Alright, so the first book that I read, also if I keep stopping and coughing, is because I'm sick. Anyways. The first book that I read in the month of May was The Residence of Kings. If I can never say it right, I will put it down here or down here in letters of the name of the author as well. But it is The Resident King by Sarah Beth Deser. Guys, if you've been around my channel for a long time, I'm dyslexic. Authors' names and book titles, I'm like, Anyways, I'm so sorry if I pronounce anything wrong. This book was good. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars overall. This is the second book in the Queens of Raven series. Oh, it's right here, Paige. Not down here. It is the second book in the Queens of Blood series. This book, to start out with, was about a girl who went on... The first book is about a girl who goes on an adventure to become queen, goes through trials to work with spirits. This is book 2, so it lifts off a little bit from the end part of book 1 and just jumps in from there. It has different points of views. It does have a big time gap, which I did not enjoy quite well. It just had this time gap that I didn't enjoy. I did enjoy a lot of the characters. One of the characters that I loved was the kids in this book. They had a lot of meaning towards it. I don't want to give too many... I do not want to give a bunch of spoilers away for this book, so I'm going to keep it super brief. It was overall good. Sorry, I keep looking down at my notes. It was overall good. I don't know if I'll continue it on the next series. It did leave off in a cliffhanger. There was a big gap. It always jumps forward, but it doesn't like say then and now. It just like nicely jumps forward, which I enjoy. It's good, but I want to know what happens in the middle of these books. Like, I want to know what happens to these characters in the middle part, not like this is what happened for her to become queen. Now she's like dying. Sorry, spoiler. Put spoiler. Now she's like dying. And I'm just like, I want to know what happens in the middle. Like the middle part. Anyways, so there was kids. I enjoyed the kids in here. Overall, I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. Don't know if I'll be continuing on with the series. I believe it does come on audiobook, but I have to look into it. If so, I will add it to like the bottom part of my to be read list. But yes, this book I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, the next book that I read... Oh, I had to stop for a second. Cough. Alright, guys. The next book that I read was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I read this so I could watch the movie with my boyfriend, Mark, and compare and contrast. So this whole book was supposed to take me a month to read with my friend Jeanette. Her link will be down below, and so would Mark's link. If I mention anyone in a video, I always link them down below, so you guys can go follow them and creep them out and be all creepers, because I know you guys are. Just kidding. But this is a book about a cancer book about 2 kids falling in love. I just kind of spoiled it. 2 cancer kids falling in love and the points that goes from there. I did want to spread this out through the entire month, like I was supposed to finish up the last chapter, but I think I got to page, let me look at my notes. After chapter 5, I literally could not put this book down. I read it in like 2 days, which is very rare for me. I usually read a book in a week, and I literally texted my friend Jeanette, and I was like, I'm on this chapter. She's like, cool, I'm on this chapter. I'm like, cool, we can talk about it. And then like 2 days later, I'm like, I finished the book, and she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. So we watched the movie, and I compared the contrast with the movie with Mark. Mark told me that I should do a book review, compare and contrast versus movies. So if you guys ever want to see that, please let me know. I would always love to do that. I'm going to fix my camera. I feel like it's just... Anyways, so I enjoyed this book a lot. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is my own copy, so I would want to own this book. I don't know if it would want to... It's not a series, so I will not be continuing on with it. Guys, this book made me cry at the end. I was working out. I was, like, tearing up. I was like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. And then afterwards, I, like, sat in my car for, like, 2 minutes and cried about these characters and how love it is and how the romance is and how sweet it is and how, like, willing and caring. And, oh, my God, I could gush over this book. And the movie. I was watching the movie with my boyfriend, and he, like, looks over, and he's like, are you crying? And I'm like, no! And I am sobbing through this book, guys. Sobbing my eyes out, like, and he's like, oh my goodness, Paige. And I was like, I'm just more invested because I read the book and the characters, and I'm just, like, in love with this. And he was like, okay. And he just, like, hugs me, and he pats me on the back, and he was like, you get invested in books. I'm like, yes, I do. The last chapter, I'm not gonna give it away, is what broke me. And the last, like, letter in here, and yes, it just, like, leaves off all of a sudden, and I'm just like, oh. Some of the books that they talked about in here, because the main girl, I totally forgot her name. I know Augustine, but I can't remember her name. I know he kept saying it. Augustine was his name. Her name, I can't remember. It's literally going to come to me when I'm reviewing another book. But the last part, I was like, I'm sobbing so hard. Anyways, if this did come in another book, I would read it, but it doesn't, so I'm not going to. But overall, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, guys. Sorry, guys, I keep coughing. Happens whenever your kids get sick. But the next book that I'm going to talk about is Christina Lauren's book. It is Roomies. Boy, have I found myself a new favorite author. If you like romance, and not like the bang bang romance, a heavy, deep, builder, character driven romance, read Christina Lauren's Roomies. I cried during this, well, not a whole lot during this book, but I could not put this book down as well. I wanted to keep reading it. I wanted to find out what happened to these characters. I wanted to find out how this love. Anyways, this book overall, I'm not going to give away because you should read it, but it's about a girl who lives in New York, who rides subways, who falls in love with this guy for 6 months, doesn't know his name. He plays on the instrument. There's 2 gay characters in here. Gay rep, woohoo! I love the gay uncles. I almost called them brothers. Uncles, not brothers, in this story. The male main character was awesome. He was great. Not gonna give it away, but it is a romance book. It's not like a bang bang romance book. It is like a sweet, oh my goodness, romance. Because these 2 characters, little spoiler, it probably says it on the back. Let me read it. Yeah, it says on the back. Has to get married. And they have to build a relationship and a fake marriage and everything else like that. I cannot pull... Spoiler page, do not put that in there. So mostly that these 2 characters have to be roomies together, and they have to build a fake relationship and go from there, and you guys should definitely read this. So good. The audiobook was amazing. Y'all know me, I read everything on audio. Audiobook is amazing. I'm looking for more for Christina Lauren. I think I'm going to read all of her other books. Super good romance. Overall, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Not quite a 5, because there was some, like, points where I'm just like, ugh. But, you know, not every book's perfect. Not every book's Harry Potter, for heaven's sakes. Anyways, so yes, I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. And I will be reading more from Christina Lauren. I believe this is only the first book in the series. I don't think this is a series. No, this is not a series. It's a standalone. But if so, I would love to read more from these characters. Next book. Ooh. Alright guys, the next book that I read was Bird Box. This is my book club book for the month of May and June. I decided to read it early because I'm like, this is going to take me forever. It's a horror book. It's super short. Guys, this took me like 5 days to finish reading. Or like 4. I did do a reading vlog over it. I don't know if I caught everything about my updates about it. Overall, it's a horror book jumping from different point of views from then and now. It doesn't say then and then now. It just like kind of just picks up where the story left off about what happened and why they can't open up their eyes and the plague of it and 4 years later and the whole shenanigans from there. There is a book 2 to it, so I'm super excited to read it. I wanted to watch the Netflix series. I wanted my book club to read it. I quite enjoy it. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. There was a little slight stuff I just did not like, was that there's... So she has kids in here. She has 2 kids. I'm not going to tell you the whole thing from it because it's the last couple chapters. But you do know that they have 2 kids because the first chapter she goes on a boat with them. Or the first or second chapter. She calls them boy and girl. She does not give them names. And I believe that she should have given them a name because a name is a very powerful thing. It's why every single person gives them. This book was also hard for me to read too because they had a lot of child abuse. And if you guys are not like full-on child abuse, she was just had to train them in a different way to live in their society so they wouldn't die. But some of the stuff that she talked about just made me want to turn her in. I was like, can I just turn her into social services? And I'm like, okay, Paige, she's not a real person. You know, she's just a book character, post-apocalyptic horror novel. Like, you cannot do this to somebody. But like, I just hated how she treated the children. Hated it. That just like knocked down a star for me. But I had to keep remembering that I know that it's post-apocalyptic. It's part of the story. It's part of how everything else goes. Should be fine with that. But overall, I didn't like it. I hated it. I was like, nope. Every time I read about the kids and how she used to treat them and how she used to build with them and make their eyes go closed, and it's just, Anyways, I can't wait to read the next book. We will be talking about this in the month of June. Is it January? June. Just depends if all my book club can get together and reading it. I think a couple of them, we have 8 friends to it, and I think like 6 of them are reading it. It's better than none. I think I'm the only one right now. Let me know, book club, if you're watching this. Text me if you've finished the book. Just send me a bird emoji. Or just tell me, hey, I finished the book in our book club thing. If you guys have finished the book. I really enjoyed it. 3.5 out of 5 stars. I already talked about all the flaws I did not like. Yes, there's a Netflix to it. I might add this to my next Netflix watch series, but I've just been so busy that I haven't even been able to watch TV or read or finish a lot of books. But anyways, Bird Box. 3.5 out of 5 stars. How many times can I say that? The last and final book was Catch a Falling Star by Kim Josmang. Boom. I enjoyed this book. So this book was my sleep book. So I pick a book once a month that I read out loud. I read about 15 minutes a night for it, and I fall asleep after 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes I last all 15 minutes and then pass out. It all depends on the book and how it puts me to sleep. I enjoy listening to audiobooks while I sleep, or someone talking to me, or just something that is just super relaxing. I'm used to so many more people. It just helps me sleep at night. I used to fall asleep with my iPod all the time. It's just the way I flow. So I've been listening to this book. It's taken me like 2 months to read, which is perfectly fine. It wasn't that long of a book. Boom. But it's my sleep book. So anyways, this book is about a girl who... It's about a girl who's a junior in high school. She's going into senior. It's summertime, and they are shooting a movie in her hometown. It's a super small hometown. Everyone knows everything. Her dad owns a local diner. Brother's going crazy, going on down addiction, bad path. And this supermodel / like hot guy who's a little bit older than she is comes into town. His agent sees her or something and pays her to be his fake girlfriend. And the adventures and shenanigans and hooligans and a little bit of love story goes from there. Some parts I did not like this book because it was just like, really, do you have to have a script for everything? But I'm like, oh yeah, they're famous people. They have scripts, you know. Lots of people write their own scripts, you know, for book talks and stuff. And I just sometimes just ramble about it. Anyways, besides the point. So, I overall gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. And she does this all for her brother, which I think is very awesome towards her. At the end, they did talk about something that I was like, irrelevant, you don't need to know this or something. I don't even know if this is the second book in the series. I think it's just like the first book in the series. Sorry for my broken nail, guys. I'm getting it fixed tomorrow. But overall, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. Not a whole lot to say about it. You guys should go ahead and read it if you like young adult, like super young adult. Some of the stuff was childish. Alright, guys, let's talk about my June TBR. We are filming this on the 28th of June. Yes, she's the 28th. I don't think I'll finish any more books, but I got 3 books to talk about right now. Book club book was the Bird Box. I don't have that to catch up on. Oh, actually I have 4, but I don't have one with me. So I'm reading for my mom, Girl Wash Your Face, which is in the other room. Show a video clip now if I can remember to film it. If not, whatever, go look it up. Girl Wash Your Face. I'm on chapter 3 of that book. Self-help. Pretty good. The next one I'm reading, and I do not have the book with me. I'm waiting for the book at the thing, and I've been reading a couple chapters every once in a while with my boyfriend Mark, is 5 Love Languages. But we haven't made 100% like good progress on it, so I don't have the book with me right now. Remember to put the picture. If not, go look it up. 5 Love Languages. Anyways, insert name down. The next book that I have with me that I am reading is The Kiss Quotient by Holly Hung. I am on chapter 3. And I think it's 3 or 4. Might be 4. It's chapter 3. I was reading chapter 4. Chapter 3, which is currently on page 19. I read a little bit more today. I did not bring my book with me to work, but I read more of my audiobook. And yes, this is about a girl who has Asperger's, and she finds a male man to have sex with her and teach her about her body. And I've heard it's really good. It's a bunch of people on BookTube's favorite book. I'm only chapter 3 into it, and it's just getting started, so can't give my like, oh my god, I love this book, or oh my god, I hate this book. But yes, boom. The next 2 books I have right here with me, I have been meaning to read them, and I just haven't. And I'm gonna get to them this month, because I have to 1, return them back to the library, and 2, reorder them. It is the Pokemon series. This one's Pokemon XY Volume 12. I just have to read this one, and I'm done. Like, done with the whole series of Pokemon, and I started this like 2 years ago. Or like a year ago, I think. I don't remember. I just have to finish it. And then this one, the Pokemon Adventures Volume 1. Graphic novel. Ever since watching Pikachu, I've wanted to read more Pokemon. But anyways, yes. Alright guys, that is all the books that I've read in the month of May in my TBR. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and stick around for more content, because there's a lot more coming this way, and sorry for the craziness of my life, but that is what it is. Until next time, goodbye!